Good morning, buddy. Welcome to RJ Sandler Living with Purpose live stream. And today we're talking about the way you treat other people shows your true character. And I think that's very important. If you want to live with purpose, the way you treat other people is going to determine what other people perceive you as. And it's not just on YouTube, but it's in life in general. And look, I'm 47 years old. So, and there's things that I haven't been able to see because, I am blind and everything, but at the same time, how people treat you and how people interact with you. But it's not just how they interact with you, it's how you respond to them. If somebody is, let's say for example, cutting you off on the freeway, and you roll down the window and you start shouting expletives at them, be like, just a real jerk, then people are going to think, man, that guy's a jerk or that woman's a jerk. You don't want to be considered a jerk. You want people to be like, man, okay, well, I mean, I've been in cars where people just let it roll off their back, just let it go. They just keep continuing doing what they're doing. And then I've been in cars where the driver basically rolls down the window and says, "You blankety blank blank blank, how dare you?" You know, just in it turns into this big back and forth between the two drivers because they don't know when to keep their mouth shut. So that's the thing. That's the thing. And you know, your character also determines your access to people. If you're of a good character and people feel like they can relate to you and they can trust you, then you're going to get access to people. And you know I have a video on my channel of me meeting Baker Mayfield. It's a short, and I'm really considering remixing that short, to add more to it because I think it's important that people see, you know, um, I was able to get access to him not because of, I begged and pleaded and stuff like that. No. I was asked to perform the national anthem by the CEO of the Buccaneers, and I was able to meet Baker. I actually met him twice. The first time I met him was in 2024, and then the last time I saw him was in 2025. So, um, but the thing is he remembered me because when you listen to that short, he's the first one who speaks and he says hello RJ, and then I say hey Baker. So I must have made an impression on him for him to remember who I was. I mean, how many football quarterbacks remember your name? Because they meet a lot of fans. But for him to pick me out among everybody else and be like, hey, hey RJ, what's up? That's not something that happens every day. I had the honor of meeting Matthew Brewer, CJ Cope, the Buccaneers cheerleaders. Why? Because they saw something in my character that said, "Hey, I want to be around this person. I want this person to have access." And so it's not that it's one of those things that I enjoy speaking about because it's the truth. It actually happened. And not because it actually happened, but because if you had asked me 5 years ago, or 6 years ago, or even 10 years ago, if I was going to be speaking to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I'd have told you was crazy. Now, that's not something that happens to a lot of people. Then I had the opportunity to actually go to a Lions Club International Convention in 2025 and meet people, different Lions from all over the world. I met someone from Ireland. I met another person from Lebanon. I met other Special Olympics athletes from New York City. I mean, that's what happens when you move away from the drama and you move away from the nonsense and the bull, and you start improving your character and saying, "Hey, I don't want to be seen as a drama marketer. I want to be seen as somebody that treats people right. I want to be seen as who I'm meant to be, not who I'm trying to portray myself as, because I know better than this." 'I used to be called a flip flopper in the drama community. When I was in YouTube drama, I would get on YouTube and just shout my little head off, scream, call people names. It was bad because and I was notorious for deleting YouTube channels. I really did. I would delete YouTube channels because I was just tired of the drama. But then I would create another one and then I would be pulled right back in to that drama. And it was a cycle. And then finally in December of 2024, I walked away from it. Why? Because I knew that it wasn't healthy and I wanted to change. And then boom, 2025 hit and it was a complete 190 degrees. I totally changed direction. And now look at where I'm at. Look at where I'm at. Because I made a choice. See, and that's the thing. You have to make a choice. And only you can choose what you want to do. Even if it means you have to cut someone out of your circle or remove them from your circle of friends to say, hey, I'm sorry, but you're no longer a fit for what I want to do because you're engaged in something I'm no longer engaged in. I'm not going to call people out anymore. I'm not going to be a drama marketer. You know. Now, am I saying this because I want to say it? Yes, because it needs to be said. I've heard a lot of people recently say, "Oh, I'm out of the drama. I'm out of the drama. I'm out of the drama." Are you really? If you're truly out of the drama, why are you talking about other people? Being out of the drama and turning the page means not talking about it, not even bringing it up. Staying in your lane, that's what that means. That's exactly what that means. Stay in your lane. Do your own thing. That's the reason why I really don't have a lot of people coming into my chats from those old drama days. I mean, the people that I'm meeting now, such as the advice guy, the source 479, um, Tush Creative, and a lot of other people. Guys, I'm telling you right now, I currently have on my channel 411 subscribers, and it's still growing. It's still growing. And my goal is to get to 1,000 subscribers before September. My goal is to get to 1,000 YouTube subscribers before September 1st. And then we're going to get to 100,000 subscribers. And then 1 million. We can do it. I know we can do it. But you know something? But you know something? I'd rather be in a stream with 0 viewers rather than be in a stream with 30 people cussing up a storm. And you know, I'm trying to work on not cussing. I don't know if a lot of y'all knew this, but I used to not cuss when I was younger. I used to not cuss. So I'm trying to work on not cussing. So anyway, I just want to say thank you for being here today. And if you like this content and if it means something to you, feel free to share it with someone else, like these videos, and press the subscribe button.